12 Wav. 12 Wav, you're on stage.
Oh, what's up, man?
What's
Can you
up?
hear
You're
me?
Muslim, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what you think?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was born Muslim, but I've been watching you and Sam, and y'all got me kind of thinking, man.
Man, shoot. You still Muslim after watching us?
I don't know, man. I'm,
Man,
I'm I'm debating a little bit.
what's
But what
keeping
you?
you in what's keeping you?
Um, I don't know, man. I guess I believe in. I see the Trinity. I understand it, and I see a lot of the contradictions that y'all talking about. But I don't know. It's just like something that's kind of like holding me back a little bit. But
Is it fear? Are you afraid?
I mean, a little bit. My whole family is Muslim. It's gonna be a lot of you know.
It's a big change.
Yeah, it is. It is actually. I actually sent you a couple of super chats and some
You
emails.
did as a Muslim?
I mean, I was trying to catch your attention. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. You know what I'm saying? See, pick your brain a little bit.
Hmm, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, uh I could try. I'll try my best. You can ask what you want. And hopefully we'll hear a testimony from you one day. It is a big change, but it's worth it, man. It's worth being in the truth and the freedom of Christ, man. Being in the truth is so much better than being in a lie and knowing it. Uh, yeah.
hmm Yeah. Well. What really got me more religious is my father passed away in 2023. So,
Mm,
like he was a devout Muslim, and I wasn't really like too educated on the religion too much. I just used to like kind of pray and fast every Ramadan stuff like that.
mm,
But when he passed, I tried to get more educated, and I just ran into a lot of roadblocks. It seemed like trying to get
yeah.
educated on my own,
Yeah.
and I'm not really too connected with any mosque or anything like that. So I was kind of just like YouTube University kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I ran into you. Well, I should apologize to you actually, because
What you do, man? You talk about my forehead or something, bro?
yeah, I was talking a lot of shit. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my bad. I ain't mean to cut.
Man.
But nah, yeah, because so what happened was that I came across your video with Sheik Uthman like
Yep.
years ago, and I had no idea who either one of y'all was, and I wasn't too educated on either religion, so I was kind of just like, man, this Jesus dude is talking all this mess and da 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 da. But I recently got a new girlfriend, and she's Christian, and she's just been talking to me about.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, man. So like I didn't even, always thought, because they tell us like, um, the Trinity is three gods and stuff like that. But when I asked her about it, she's like, no, it's all one. I was like, kind of like, huh, what? So she's just been telling me about different stories and different things about Jesus and stuff, and that's what kind of piqued my interest.
Hmm.
And I actually watched Passion of the Christ, and that's what made me like I went on this tear. That's when I started watching you and Sam and uh believe it or not, David Wood.
I,
Even
I I
though he
believe
was
it.
it was kind
He's
of
a
hard to
genius.
click on one of his videos, man.
He's a genius, though, man. Despite all, he's a genius. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, then something weird kind of actually happened to me. I saw a couple of Muslims say the same thing in your videos, which kind of got me tripping out a little bit. But
Mm.
so I came across the first day I started researching about Jesus and stuff. I came across Nabil Qureshi. Are you
Yeah,
familiar with
yeah,
him?
of course.
So yeah, he had a little, he said his testimony, and he said he had a dream or something, and that's when he went on a tear, and literally, I lied to you not, the same night, went to sleep. I was kind of like in a dark room or something, and I know I was indoors, but I didn't know where I was at. It was just kind of like dark and like misty a little bit.
Mm.
and I heard someone whisper to me. I couldn't tell if it was a man's voice or a woman's voice that said, "It's the only way." And I immediately woke up and was like, "Whoa!" And mind
Deep.
you, I didn't watch any of y'all videos yet. Like that was my first like kind of Christian video I watched, and then later on, I saw a video of a whole bunch of people saying they had dreams in your live, and I was kind of like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it just got me, tripping out a little bit. I don't know if you've been hearing that for years or like how that was
But
just one live or what.
it's no, yeah, it's often. It's very often. I mean, we just had someone up here who was talking about, not today, but I think it was last week or the week before, that was talking about how, they saw Jesus, or saw the cross, or saw, like, had some type of visitation in a dream. It
Yeah,
happens. I wouldn't say it happens a lot, but it's a common testimony that we hear from Muslims, that
yeah,
Christ came to them, not just like through someone preaching the message or someone they got connected with, but actually visited them in their dreams. And it's really amazing. And there's some who they said they had dreams, and they've had multiple and ignored the first, because they was like, no, this ain't, there's no way, this is probably just a jinn or whatever,
yeah,
trying to deceive. But then they come around and like, yeah, no, this is too much. He's coming to me. I'm seeing I'm starting to read the gospel, and it's making sense, and I'm starting to see the flaws in Islam, and they end up leaving. So
yeah, man.
yeah, it's
I
you're
actually had
not
two.
you had two dreams.
Yeah, the second one wasn't as deep. I was just like kind of in the classroom and someone was teaching me about Jesus.
Hmm. So, but yeah, I mean, you are you're right there, man. Christ is clearly calling you. Clearly,
Yeah,
clearly
man.
calling you. Put a Christian girl in your sights. Got you connected with the truth, and has been visiting you in dreams. Put our videos in your algorithm, and here you
Yeah.
are. It's not
I
coincidence,
wanted
bro.
to I wanted to ask you something else. I think I kind of know the answer because I saw you answer someone else kind of similarly. But as far as like my father, is there any way like because he was very knowledgeable,
Mm,
Well, I don't know if he was like I don't know how knowledgeable he was on the Gospels and everything. He was born in Sierra Leone, and he came over here when he was young. But
yeah.
um, like, is there any prayer, like anything in the Bible, or I don't know something that can like help him out, or is there anything I can do if I become a Christian to help him out?
There's nothing that you can do for him, because all of our lives are our own, and
Hmm.
our faith is our own. You know, like if my grandmothers and my parents believed, but I strayed and lived my own life away in rebellion to God, their faith can't save me. It's
Hmm.
not. It's my faith that I am saved through my faith. And so with your dad, like it's really simple. It's really simple. It's hard to accept with a lot of our loved ones, but Christ is very clear that he's the only way. He says, I'm the way, I'm the truth, I'm the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Right. And it doesn't sound like your dad was maybe somebody who was just some ignorant guy on the island. Like he knew about Jesus, he knew about the gospel,
Yeah,
chose Islam, right? And so, God is just. God is just, and He deals with us all with His justice. And I'm pretty sure that there were opportunities that maybe your dad has had as well, because God doesn't let anyone go without an opportunity to hear about Him, to learn about Him, to come to the knowledge of Him. Um, but your dad chose Islam, so
yeah,
yeah, that's just the reality of it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat or lie to you, bro.
yeah,
But
yeah. I definitely heard you say that before. Got me thinking.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough because I also have I have family members who were atheists who passed away,
Mm,
denying God all their lives, but they were around. Like I would see them at family reunions. I would see them and they're around, and like my dad's a pastor. You know, a lot of my family is Christian, so I was shocked.
yeah.
Died an atheist, and I'm
Sheesh.
like, man, you know what? But that like that's their life and their burden. They rejected Christ. There's
Yeah.
nothing I can do for that person now, you know?
Man.
So,
So what?
yeah.
So like with this like uneasiness that I'm feeling, like what would you say? Like for example, like what makes you so sure that Jesus Christ actually resurrected? Because I think that's the one thing that's kind of holding me back. Is that like
Mm.
I know it's written in the Gospels, but like I
Mhm.
don't know if there's anyone else besides people who are Christians who said that or whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
what I've heard is that they tell us that the Gospels are corrupted, but I've heard about I forgot I don't know how to pronounce it, Codex
Codex
Sinaiticus, something.
Sinaiticus, yeah.
And I
Mhm.
think that was like 300 years before the Quran.
Mhm.
So, and then like I heard there's like books of John and stuff that go back to like the third century. So I'm like,
Yep.
I don't really know what the truth is. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, So what makes you so sure in like everything in Christianity?
Prophecy. God has his fingerprint. I share this with everyone. It is my favorite thing. God has what a lot of people have termed his fingerprint, right? How, his stamp. How you know it's him? It's prophecy. And
Mm.
so you have, I don't know if you've seen videos of my lives where I've gone through this with certain people, but I show
I think I've
them
seen a little bit.
a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I've shown them where God, hundreds of years before the event, talks about the death and resurrection of the Messiah. And
Okay.
so we know that Christ historically was crucified under Pontius Pilate. Like that's an absolute fact that even atheists take on as the most certain
Yeah.
fact of history. And these people are no friends of Christianity, but they take it as historic. Like, yeah, it's historical fact. Jesus died under crucifixion in the first century.
Exactly. Yeah,
You,
like that. I don't have no problem with like his life or crucifixion because I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure that that happened. It's just
Yeah.
the resurrection part that I struggle with.
And so here's the part. Here's the point. Is that so you have the prophecies that prophesied the crucifixion and God prolonging his days after he dies. But
Mm.
then the evidence of it shows. For example, obviously, like you say, you're like, man, I hear yeah, Christians say that, but Christians may have a motive, right, to propagate
Right.
their belief. But notice,
Hmm.
you have the disciples who, when Jesus was arrested, are you familiar with what happened with the disciples, what they did?
After he got arrested,
Yeah, after they got arrested and they took Jesus to trial and imprisoned him. Do you know what the disciples did?
they started hiding, right?
Exactly. They hid like cowards.
Yeah.
They ran away. But then later on, they start coming out of nowhere in the same city and same place of the event where everybody witnessed it and everybody knows them and everybody knows Jesus and what happened.
Hmm.
They come out and say, Jesus was resurrected. He's the Messiah. He's alive. Come and believe in him. Come and follow him. These dudes who are cowards, who ran away when things got hot,
Yeah.
all of a sudden have this seemingly irrational boldness and transformation to where they're in the middle of the streets, in the middle of the marketplaces, in the middle of where the religious leaders who arrested Jesus, and they're to their face saying, he's alive. We saw him. He's alive. And they
Yeah,
go out
that's
and
kind of
preach and
crazy.
believe. It's crazy. Now people can't be crazy. You could just chalk it up to, man, they crazy. All of them crazy. Like, and they went, I mean, they're in a position where, my brother, the people can just go to the tomb and be like, no, this is there. Here's his body. His body's right here. What are y'all talking about? You guys are liars. We all here. We all know the situation.
To my understanding, my bad, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
To my understanding, his body was never found, right?
The body never found. Body is never found. By the way, the tomb was protected by a legion of soldiers, a whole platoon.
Right.
That's I forgot the number of soldiers but that's is it close to 100? So it's a bunch of soldiers that's guarding the tomb.
Oh wow!
So 12 disciples who are not trained in combat, have no weapons, no armor, are not going to defeat an entire Roman platoon of soldiers.
Exactly.
And then roll away the big old stone and then steal Jesus' body and then hide it somewhere where nobody can find it. No, that stuff is 0 to none. It's not happening. Right?
Was Paul in one of the 12 disciples?
Nope. Paul wasn't one of the 12. Paul was one of the ones that hated them for coming out saying that Jesus was resurrected. Matter of fact, there was a brother named Stephen. He was one of the disciples, a new one, an apostle. He was right in there, right in the midst, preaching Jesus resurrected. You Jews who killed the Messiah, you guys are in sin and rebellion against God. And he's preaching to them, Jesus resurrected. They began to stone Stephen, and Paul watched with approval. He approved of this. Okay.
Yeah.
Paul was not a believer. Paul was against them from day one. But then Paul, all of a sudden, when he's on his way to go kill and imprison some more Christians for preaching that Jesus is the Messiah who resurrected, he then gets knocked off of his high horse and claims to have a visitation of the resurrected Jesus, that he saw him alive. And then this dude who was on his road to Damascus, on his way to go kill and arrest more Christians, ended up finishing his route preaching Christianity and being an advocate and ambassador for the faith. Now, at first they didn't trust him at first, but he proved it. God worked miracles through him. God did things through him. People were coming to believe in Christ through him. And so they were like, yeah, you one of them ones.
Yeah, so, I mean, that means a lot. If you go from killing Christians to being the one, I mean, like what would make someone do that?
Exactly. This is the point where the resurrection is so strong when it comes to the buried tomb, the burial, the empty tomb. There's no body in the tomb, and it's not just followers of Jesus that say that they saw him alive. It's disbelievers who say they saw him alive and then came to believe. Paul, one of them. James is another. James became one of the leaders of the early church, an apostle. He wrote the book of James, and he was a brother of Jesus. He didn't believe in Jesus. He rejected. He was like, "Yeah, right. You ain't the Messiah, man." And he got killed. He didn't believe him until he then was like, "Yeah, I saw him alive," and became an apostle. Started preaching the gospel. So, yeah, you got disbelievers who are advocating for the resurrection.
Yeah,
till they die. Now, people will die for something they think is a lie. You could be deceived and think that something is true, but it's a lie, and then die for that because you're convicted of that. But nobody's gonna die for what they know is a lie. These guys are the ones who originated the claim that Jesus rose and died for it.
Is it true that some of them also got like crucified upside down,
all kinds of stuff?
Yeah, that's wow.
Yep. Beheaded, fed to lions, all that.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever? I mean, I know you were born Christian. Oh, you said your dad was a pastor, right? So.
My dad's a pastor. I was born into a Christian family and raised on Christian teachings and values, which I praise God for, man.
Did you ever like consider ever leaving or ever doubt or
no.
Okay.
I never ever considered leaving Christianity, but my faith was tested. Like it was challenged by other like cult followers. Like there's Jehovah's Witnesses. And,
I got you.
Yeah, they challenged my belief. Like I didn't know, I wasn't knowledgeable at the time, and they challenged me, and I didn't have answers. And so that's when I started studying studying the Trinity, studying the nature of Christ and the reliability of the Bible and stuff like that. That's when I started getting into that, and I got to know God on a level that I've never known him before, because I saw that it's not just some emotional blind faith attachment that I have with him, but he's real and he's logical and he makes sense and he has evidence and he gives me proof when I asked.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. I mean, even with the dream, I feel like it's like I never had an experience like that,
Mm-hmm.
being Muslim. And I
Mm-hmm.
kind of, it's like, whoa, like if that was actually God, like God was that close to me,
Mm.
it's deep. And ever since then,
Yeah.
I've been feeling this, like, I don't know, this like weird, like I don't, I sound crazy, but
No, you
like I
don't.
don't know. I feel like I could just be like that on here, but yeah,
Yeah,
like
you're free to express it, man. You don't sound crazy, not to us. Ain't that right, Chad?
yeah,
You don't,
man.
you sound right up our alley, man. You right up our alley.
Yeah, man. It's
For
like I
real.
just been like feeling this like kind of like fulfillment in my body a little bit. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, and
It's the
it's
Holy Spirit.
just it's been a good feeling, just like learning about a different religion and just seeing that there's no real, because I know like some people, accuse Christianity of like PDF files and stuff like that. But I think those are just bad Christians who,
Mhm.
like used their power for bad.
Yep.
But when you read the words of Jesus and what he actually tells you to do, there's no bad in it. I mean, this dude
Exactly.
was getting crucified and he still didn't wish bad on his enemies. And there's a
Exactly.
lot of things in Islam that's like, it's kind of like, I don't feel like it's standalone. It's a standalone religion. I feel like it relies heavily on denying other religions.
Yep.
And, I feel like Christianity is more about love and like relationship, which
Hmm.
I'm kind of like connected with more just, on a you level, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But
God is
man, I
relational,
wish
man.
I wish I could stay on. I actually got to dip out, but I wish I could stay on for longer. But I'll definitely, I'm subscribed, so I'll definitely hit you up, man.
Yeah. Let me know, man. Let's talk again. And yeah, if you have any other questions or anything like that, man, just come on up and we'll talk. All right.
All right, man. I appreciate you, bro. Nice talking
Of
to you,
course.
bro.
You too, bro. Peace.
Peace out.